Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Victoria here from Kampala, Uganda. Today in this tutorial I want to answer one of the frequently asked questions about transferring tape measurements to the knitting machine. I'm going to start with an illustration. I hope you can see this. For example, if you're doing like a cardigan, you would have the measurements of the individual. First, I will have to do a sketch if it's an open cardigan, and then the sleeve. So here I know this is the back, this is the back, this is the front, and this is the sleeve. So I'll take measurements of the individual around or round. For example, if the person is 36 inches all round, so I'll note that this person is 36 inches all round, and then meaning half of this, which is 18 inches, is for the part of the back, and meaning the front, since it is half, I'll do half of 18, which is 9. So meaning this is going to take 9 inches. That is the front. And then for the sleeve, you measure around. First you measure around the arm. So say this is 7 inches, so I'll do 7 inches just to start with. And then for the length, you take the whole length from the, let me get a dummy. Sorry, couldn't get one, but you'll understand from this. Now to take measurements for the individual, you'll take a measurement from the individual right from the area where they want their sweater to reach, maybe from the waist or below the waist. You take measurements from there up to the area below the armpit. So if you take and it's about 23 inches, you put your 23 inches here. And then you also take measurements just right above the sleeve, the armpit. This part also could be like 7 inches, and you'll take measurements for the same, they'll be transferred here and here. Now for the sleeve part, after taking around the wrist, you also take measurements right from the shoulder, right from the shoulder part up to where the sleeve ends. So there you would know that this person maybe has 29 inches, but that seems to be long. Maybe 24 or 24 inches. So when you are transferring these measurements to the machine, you just take your 18 inches like this and put them on the machine, knowing that 9 is the middle point. So this is about 51, 52. However, you just have to add on a few needles. So when I know that this person, when 18 is 51, 52, I increase my needles to 55, 56 to give an allowance. So when I know it is 55, 56 for the back, then meaning for the front, it's going to be 22, 23 inches. So there I would put 22, 23 inches for the front, 55, 56 for the back. Now for the length, when I've started knitting, I'll keep on measuring with the tape to see how long it goes. So here we put 23 inches. However, I would have to add on a few needles, a few rows, about 10 or 6 rows as you're knitting. So you keep on adding just to give an allowance for a person. So that's how I always do it. For the sleeve, the same way, I'll knit keep on doing since it is 7 inches, we had said 7 inches, and 7 inches is about 20, because 3.5 would be in the middle, so that is about 21, 22, but there I would give an allowance and do 25, 26, just in case. So that's how I always do my measurements. And for the sleeve 24 inches, I would keep you knit as you do the increases of how I do the sleeves, and at the point where you reach 24, you just add in an allowance of about 2 inches, so that there is that space. That's how I do basically my measurements. I hope I'm so clear with everyone. For this part just above the sleeve, for the after shaping of the armhole, since we did 7 inches, so we'll just also have to add on a few, like 2 inches to give an allowance. So because it depends even on the type of the thread you're using. If it is very stretchy, well and good, the allowance may not be so much. So if it is not so stretchy, you can add in that allowance for the person. I hope I've answered that question very well and clear. In case it is not, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll be able to answer you. Some people ask me how many inches, how many rows are in an inch. Well, if I use this piece of fabric, I know these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll get my tape and I measure for you. Now, according to the thread that I use, there are 10 rows in an inch. 10 rows in an inch. And about, if it is the other way around, how many needles? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 needles in my 1 inch regarding the thread that I use, and this was done in tension 7 on the KH811 brother. So I hope I've answered some of these questions, but however, this is all dependent on the type of thread you're using, because I use Robin. It is 100% acrylic. This is the thread that I use. It's Robin 100% acrylic, and we get it from Kenya. That's where we buy it from this factory. It is Spin Knit Limited, Nakuru, Kenya. This is brought here in Uganda, and it's what I usually use for this small machine. And for the bigger one, it is still the same brand, but the thread is bigger, chunky. Yeah. I hope I've answered your question. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.